The Wife and the Camera. There once was a wife who loved to gossip. She had a friend who would visit her often, and both of them would talk about other people's affairs. Her husband would always try to tell her that Allah forbade this and that it would reflect badly on her and ruin their peaceful life. But the woman never listened to her husband's advice. And as he predicted, their life was in fact suffering the effects of her bad conduct. Their daughter got engaged many times, but every time either the men would break it off or something else would ruin the engagement. Also, the younger son was constantly failing his school assignments and skipped classes. The lady herself fell very sick, and the doctors could not cure her. She suffered many pains and said to her husband one day, "My life has become awful, and I wish to die." Having had enough, the husband came up with a clever solution to help his wife with her addiction and hopefully fix the state of their life. He placed a camera in the living room where his wife liked to spend her time gossiping with her friend. After a few days, he came to her with a nice gift and said, "It has been told by Ubaid Mawla, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Two women were once fasting during the time of Allah's Messenger, and they almost died of thirst. This was mentioned to the Prophet, but he turned away from them, allowing them to break the fast. Then they were mentioned to him again, so he called for them and ordered for them to vomit, that is, to empty what was in their stomachs.
وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ وَنَعْلَمُ مَا تُوَسْوِسُ بِهِ نَفْسُهُ وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ إِذْ يَتَلَقَّى الْمُتَلَقِّيَانِ عَنِ الْيَمِينِ وَعَنِ الشِّمَالِ قَعِيدٌ ما يلفظ من قول إلا لديه رقيب عتيد.
So they both vomited and filled up a bowl with pus, blood, and pieces of flesh. Then the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "These two fasted by refraining from what Allah made lawful for them. But they broke their fast by doing what Allah made unlawful for them." One of them sat with the other, and they began to eat from the flesh of the people. The man explained to his wife how even though those two women were fasting, they gossiped about people, and so Allah made them vomit pus and blood and meat. Together, the couple watched the video he had recorded, and he told her, "This is why our life has gotten worse. Doing what Allah forbids, stops from, and that is why good things keep from happening to us. And this is why happiness and peace stay away from us."
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم بعضا أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا فكرهتموه واتقوا الله إن الله تواب رحيم.
After all of this, the wife realized her faults and began crying. She prayed and supplicated for Allah's mercy and forgiveness. The woman switched from her harmful friend to a better one. They spent their time together praying, learning about the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and memorizing verses from the Quran. After all this, the woman's life changed completely. She was no longer sick, her daughter got married to an honest man, and her son studied well and graduated. Happiness floated in their peaceful house after the wife fixed her bad habits and dedicated her time to Allah.